walk home tiredly after working all day and close the door. You heard some noises from the kitchen. Maybe Jungkook is already here. He is early home today. But you ignored everything and walked upstairs dragging your tired body for some rest. But Jungkook's voice stopped you. You look back at him and he smiled. And you know it's fake because the much you both used to love, you get to know that he always used to smile with his eyes. I come home early today, so I thought about making dinner. Come quickly after getting fresh up. We will have our dinner together. He said in the hope that after being silent for the whole week, you both will have a proper conversation together. But you just signed heavily, breaking his even that last hope. Actually, one of my friends threw a party today, so I already had my dinner with them. And now I don't have any appetite to eat. You have your dinner? You said and walked upstairs, leaving him all sad with his head hanging low. Stopping at the last stair, you looked down at him and he packed all the food and put that in the fridge. You gulped down your tears as your fist clenched seeing him skipping his meal once again. He walked to the couch and lay down there, might be feeling his heart being heavy every passing second just like yours. You both are not the same, changed to the words. The more you both love each other just yesterday, today you both are equally far from each other. From not living without you for a second to spending the whole week without talking properly. From I love you to all silent, and those happy smiles that used to echo in every corner of this house suddenly went silent. It's like the worst nightmare of yours coming true. It's like you both are really losing that shine of being together. The love finally started to fade in your relationship too, and you can never forget the day from where it all started. The time when he finally accepted that he doesn't like you. The time for the first time, but he does raise his voice at you even when he promised that he will not. And most hurtful, he never gave you the space in your heart enough to understand him and his pain. And where there is no trust, there can't be love also. You took a deep breath and walked inside while Jungkook got up and wiped his tears. Taking a deep breath, he answered his call, putting a fake smile when he saw the caller ID. His mother. Yes, mom, how are you? You put the glass of water on the table and looked at Jungkook smiling, but your smile faded when you saw him leaning back to the couch, closing his eyes. You signed. It's been a month since he is home like this, all tired. He totally changed, feels irritated with every small thing and started to escape from his responsibilities. He didn't even talk with you properly. You shake him a little. He opened his eyes and looked at you. Water, you said, extending the glass of water at him. He smiled and nodded, gulping the whole glass at one go. You are early today from work, so do he. So you thought to go out for a dinner and spend some time together, as these days it's so rare you both talk or spend some quality time. Jungkook, what I was thinking as you were just about to finish when his phone rang and you again went silent. He excused himself and looked at the caller ID and you saw his face getting tensed up again. Answering the call, he walked inside. Mr. Min, I already gave you all the papers. I don't know what is left now. He said and walked in the room while you signed. This happened again. Taking a deep breath, you put a smile on your face and walked in and saw Jungkook sitting on the bed. His one hand rested on his forehead while the other one scrolling something on his laptop. He looks a little tense as if something wrong is going on with him, or maybe it's just the work pressure. Taking a deep breath, you walked in the room while holding a cup of coffee. Jungkook, here, have some coffee, you will feel better. You said walking in the room and put that coffee on the table while he just hummed as his eyes never left the screen of the laptop. You signed and sat beside him, wrapping your arm around his waist. You look at the laptop and he seems like finishing some work of the office. I have been noticing you for so long. You are really overworking yourself. What's so need of that? Look at the dark circles around your eyes. You should at least take care of yourself and take proper rest, or else you will complain to me to have a headache. You clearly know that what happened last week. You ruined your whole health. Ryan, let me finish my work. You are talking so much. Of course, why not? You only had complaints left to do with me because you already stopped asking me about my health and the work. Don't you think that you are ignoring me too much? You sit and look at him while he didn't answer as he was busy tapping something. You sign and take the laptop from his hands, making him shout at you angrily, leaving you all dumbfolded. Are you crazy, Ryan? You even know what you did? When I clearly say that I'm busy, then why you have to be so chaotic? I come upstairs just because of you talking non-stop. Please, for God's sakes, keep your mouth shut. I don't like when you talk much. He said, and grabbing his laptop, he left the room, leaving you all alone with your tears. It hurts more because he was never like that. Never in your 2 years of relationship he ever ignored you like this and never shouted at you. You looked at the coffee mug on the table and wiping your tears you threw that hard on the floor, making a loud sound. You were so full now by this ignoring behavior. And that's from where you stop talking to him. He even realizes his mistake and says sorry because that time he was so frustrated with his work. But you want him to feel the same. You want him to know that how it feels when you approach someone and they behave rudely to you. You understand his point of view too, but sharing things can be more effective than keeping it all inside and being frustrated all day. You walk downstairs to grab yourself water, or maybe it's just the excuse because you come to see Jungkook. He was not there in the room. No matter how much you are angry with him, but you can never hate him. You still care for him the same. Your heart still beats for him, and you still love him the same. For sometimes your ego make you blind, but you do understand that relationship where your ego speaks first, then you can never be happy. Love isn't always perfect. It's not a fairy tale or a storybook, and it doesn't always come easy. Love is overcoming obstacles, facing challenges, fighting to be together, holding on, and never letting go. It is a short word, easy to spell, difficult to define, and impossible to live without. Love is work, but most of all, love is realizing that every hour, every minute, every second is worth it because you did it together. Everyone had arguments in their love life, and if one is wrong, then other work is to make him understand his or her mistake, not to leave them broke. That's what you try to make Jungkook understand, that what he was doing was wrong. If he has any problem, then the solution is solving them together or sharing it, because ignoring can never be the full solution of anything. Because if you love someone, then this ignoring can hurt you badly, just like it's hurting you both now. You walked downstairs and your heart stopped when you saw Jungkook sitting in a corner, folding his knees to his chest and rolling a wine bottle on the floor. You never expected that he will started to drink if you will stop talking. You couldn't see his face as it was bending down, but you can feel his pain in your heart too. Your heart wants to leave everything behind and go hug him, while your mind stops you instantly. He should realize his mistake. You turn on a dim light thinking that he might look at you, to see you, but he didn't. His hand stopped spinning the bottle, but he was still in the position. You take a deep breath and speaks. Oh, so you even started to drink. Your voice was low but loud enough for him to be heard, but still he didn't react and just put that bottle aside. And you see, it's all full, that means he didn't drink. Holding your chest tightly and leaving him on his condition, you were about to go back in the room but stopped when you heard the light sobs. You looked at him and realized that he was crying. You quickly walked to him and held his hands. Jungkook, are you crying? Look at me, Jungkook. You said, grabbing his chin to make him look at you, but he just looked away and wiped his tears. The thing you hate the most. He shook his head slightly while you scoffed and looked at him. Just stop it and tell me what happened already, Jungkook. You are making me worry. He pressed his lips together and looked at you while your heart aches when you saw tears in his eyes. You sighed and wiped his tears with your hands. Cupping his face, you made him look at you. Just tell me what happened. I'm here for you. You said, cupping his cheek, and that's when he gave up and threw his muscular body on you, hugging you tightly. Jungkook is a type of person who is silent. He never likes to show his emotions, always pretend to be okay even when he is in a hard time. Those who knows him well understood him, but those who doesn't know always misunderstood him as a heartless and cruel. He doesn't like to show much of his emotions, but you know, if he is crying without drinking, means there's something really so hurtful he is hiding inside. You patted his back slowly to make him calm while he was hugging you tightly as if you will disappear if he loses his grip. Jungkook, please don't leave me. Please, Ryan. I'm sorry for everything that I said. I'm sorry for everything I did. But please, don't leave me. He said between his sobs. You tried to break the hug, but he just tightened his grip around you. You sighed and kisses his back again. Jungkook, who said I'm leaving you? I can never leave you. I will never let this stupid fight destroy our relationship. And about my behavior, then I just wanted to make you realize that I'm not any random woman. I'm your wife, Jungkook. You love me, care for me. Then I wanted you to be the same when some things bother you. I want you to be calm and share things with me like you used to do before. I'm your wife and I have the whole right to know about every sad and a happy thing related to you. I just wanted to make you realize that alone everything hurts and together everything becomes so simple. He broke the hug and looked at you. I'm so guilty for whatever I did, but never in your life ever again think that I never loves you because all I have with me is you only. I'm not so perfect. I messed up. I start fights. I easily got jealous, but there are three things that I am proud of being me. I don't play. I give my best, and when I choose you, it's only you. I will always love you more every passing second. He said as tear rolled to his eyes. You sighed and wiped his tear with your thumb and kissed his forehead softly. You are so perfect for me, and I already know that it's only me. Lately, I was also behaving so sensitive, but even now, I won't accept that I was wrong all the time because I was not. It's hurt when you suddenly started to change. I started to feel like losing you. I become so lonely. But you know what hurts more? Seeing you like this. You are suffering alone. I can't see you like this, Jungkook. I just wanted to tell you that like this, none of us is happy. I just wanted to tell you that I missed old Jungkook, just like you were missing me. Just like you were finding me in myself, I was finding Jungkook in you. The one whom I fall for. The one who always used to cheer me up when my mood got down. The one who always makes sure that he is not leaving anything hurt behind. Jungkook, why can't we live like how we used to live in Busan? Can't we go back? I really don't want to grow up and become responsible if it separates us like this. We shifted here in Seoul to make our future better. But why we are messing? Why instead of getting closer we are going far from each other? He looked at you and chuckled with his tears. Grabbing her hand softly, he put that on his chest, near to his heart. You live here, in my heart, and I don't think that after this distance matter anything. Even if we spend a few hours together, but my love for you just is never going to fade. If that is so, then why you are not telling me what's bothering you? He sighed, need a moment while you give him that. Let him get comfortable here. Right now, you just wanted to fix everything back because the way you both are hurting yourself is making it even worse. He intertwined his finger with yours and looked up at the ceiling while you looked at him. Tears were still shining in his eyes. Do you remember the day we bought this house? Of course, how can I forget that day? It was your dream, and you literally spent all your future savings to buy this house. And to be honest, it's like a beautiful box which is keeping our every happy and sad memories in it. Not only my saving but my future hard work happiness. I gave it all in this house. It was expensive than I can afford and still trying to pay the money back to make it mine officially because it's not only a simple house for me. There are so many beautiful memories connected with this house. It's exactly like how my grandma used to draw for me. After her, when I saw this house, I got a glimpse of her here. The colors, everything is just the same. Every corner of this house holds a beautiful memory of mine with you, Jungkook. But this house is not ours anymore. And your heart stopped. You look at him shocked while tears fall from his eyes. You were too oblivious with the situation. You are not getting the reason of him talking like this because as much as you know this house matter life for Jungkook. He can never leave this place, never ever. Jungkook, what happened? What exactly you are talking about? Mr. Lee, who was the real owner of this house, on the very first day he made me sign a contract and being so over happy in getting this house I dream of. I didn't read the paper properly and there was a condition that he can take this house back whenever he wants. And as this house is still not our, he will not return our money back. And you get agree. Are you crazy? They all are cheating. He literally betrayed you. It's my mistake, Ryan. Again, it's me. If that day I read those papers correctly, then I might think of it. Now, nothing in my hand. He already sold this property to some politician. We can't do anything now. It's all gone. It's not. Everything is still in our hands. And all this time you were struggling with such a serious issue and you didn't even care to tell me. I know what this house meant to you, and rather than fighting for your right, you are sitting here doing nothing. Are you crazy? We will file a case complaint against them. Then what? That case will never open again after that. It's about politicians, and here only those who had enough money can survive. We can never win against them. Yeah, how can you? You didn't able to complete your words when Jungkook placed his hands on yours, making you look at him with your teary eyes. You are getting hurt after hearing this news. You can't even imagine how he is handling it, all in his heart. It's not just house, but his dream crashed. You looked at him while he put his hands on yours cheek and kissed them softly. Let's take it as a sign of our faith and leave it here. I'm thinking of going back to town again. I'm sorry for troubling you, but let's start a new fresh start. Not this rich life, but let's live a happy life. Just forgive me for everything and I promise to fix things again. You smiled and kissed his hands. I never thought when things were not fixed with us. Yes, it was stumbled a little but not fall down, right? If it's a new start, then I'm going to help you equally. He chuckled, feeling all grateful to have someone like you in his life. Suddenly he remembered something. Checking out his pockets, he take out a box for you. You looked at him confused. Wow, what's that? A gift for me? What's in here? What do you think? You shake a box a little and started to open the box. A necklace or a bracelet? You said and looked at him while he shook his head slightly as no. Making a confused face, you opened the box and your heart skipped its beat. When you saw a beautiful ring, your wedding ring actually. Last week you broke that while working, and when you went to the jeweler, he was asking for a lot to fix that again. so you just leave it. Jungkook, what do you think? If you don't tell me things, I won't notice. And also, let everyone knows that you are already taken, okay? He said taking out that artificial ring from your finger and putting the real one. But Jungkook, this one was really expensive. Nothing matters in front of your happiness. You looked at him and he smiled. Letting out a deep sigh, you hugged him tightly while he smiled again and hugged you back. Hugs are actually so underrated, especially those hugs that are so tight and meant to heal you. You literally feels the other person's heartbeat and for a moment everything feels so calm and safe like nothing can hurt you. Ryan, you will never give up on us, right? Even when we fight again. Don't worry, no matter how many times we fight, but I will never give up on us. Let's go back to our town and we will again start a new life. Two of us. Am actually Jungkook? You said breaking the hug while you looked at him and grabbing his hand, you softly put that on your tummy. He looked at you a little confused first, but then realization hit him. He looked at you with his wide eyes. Ryan, we three. I'm pregnant, Jungkook. His eyes got teary with happiness while he still doesn't know how to react. You chuckled when he hugged you again. That's how he can express his emotions. Yeah, you are behaving like it's unexpected. We already planned that so long time ago. Thank you so much, Ryan, for giving me every happiness.